The most famous woman in ancient history was not Egyptian, was not primarily known for her looks in her own lifetime, and was deliberately rewritten by the men who defeated her. As you delve into the life of Cleopatra VII, you will discover that she was a member of the Ptolemaic dynasty, which was a Greek dynasty that ruled Egypt after the death of Alexander the Great in 323 BCE. Can you imagine being a woman in a world where men held all the power, and yet, Cleopatra VII was able to rise to become the last active pharaoh of ancient Egypt, ruling from 51 BCE until her death in 30 BCE? In the years leading up to Cleopatra's reign, the Ptolemaic dynasty was plagued by power struggles and corruption, with Ptolemy XII Auletes, Cleopatra's father, being overthrown in 58 BCE, and then restored to power in 55 BCE, with the help of the Roman general Pompey. The Roman Empire, under the leadership of Julius Caesar, was expanding its territories, and Egypt was a key prize, with its rich resources and strategic location, and you may wonder, what would drive a powerful leader like Caesar to become involved in the affairs of a smaller kingdom like Egypt? As the Roman Empire's influence grew, the Ptolemaic dynasty found itself increasingly dependent on Roman support, with Cleopatra's brother Ptolemy XIII receiving support from Caesar, while Cleopatra herself formed an alliance with Caesar's rival, Pompey, in 48 BCE. As you follow Cleopatra's story, you will see that she was a skilled diplomat and strategist, who spoke 9 languages, including Egyptian, which she was the first of her dynasty to learn, and she used this skill to navigate the complex web of alliances and rivalries between the various factions vying for power in the ancient world. In 47 BCE, Cleopatra met Julius Caesar, who was impressed by her intelligence and charm, and the two formed an alliance, with Caesar providing military support to help Cleopatra secure her throne, and in return, Cleopatra provided Caesar with access to Egypt's rich resources. And you might ask, what was the true nature of their relationship? Was it a romantic partnership, or a calculated political move? After Caesar's assassination in 44 BCE, Cleopatra aligned herself with Mark Antony, one of Caesar's most powerful generals, and the two formed a romantic relationship, with Cleopatra bearing twins, Alexander Helios and Cleopatra Selene, in 40 BCE, and you may wonder, how did this relationship impact the balance of power in the ancient world? The relationship between Cleopatra and Mark Antony was seen as a threat by Octavian, later known as Augustus Caesar, who defeated the pair in the Battle of Actium in 31 BCE, and then again in the Battle of Alexandria in 30 BCE, leading to Cleopatra's eventual death, and you might consider, what would have been the outcome if Cleopatra and Mark Antony had emerged victorious? The aftermath of Cleopatra's death saw the Roman Empire absorb Egypt, with Octavian becoming the first Roman emperor, and the Ptolemaic dynasty coming to an end, and you may ask, how did the Roman writers of the time portray Cleopatra, and what impact did this have on her legacy? The Roman writers, such as Plutarch and Cassius Dio, deliberately distorted Cleopatra's image, portraying her as a seductress and a manipulator, rather than the skilled politician and strategist that she was, and this portrayal has been perpetuated for centuries, influencing the way we think about Cleopatra today, and you might wonder, what other historical figures have been subject to similar distortions? As you reflect on the life and legacy of Cleopatra VII, you are left with a profound question: what would our understanding of history be like if we had access to the stories and perspectives of the women who shaped it, rather than just the accounts of the men who wrote about them? And you may consider, how can we work to uncover and amplify the voices of these forgotten women, to gain a more nuanced and accurate understanding of the past?